to thank everybody for taking time out of your day today to join us. We've got Dimitri here from GTL to give us some background on the things that they offer and where they can help you grow your business. So we're very excited to hear from him today. I am Stephanie Taylor. I'm the sales director at Crowe & Associates. We also have Lisa and Teal on the line. They're the backup in the office. They're the girls that make all the magic happen. Lisa is our broker manager and Teal is the office manager. So the girls are on the line with us as well. Again, we thank you guys for taking time out of your busy days. We're going to get started in just one more minute. Just like a normal webinar that Crowe offers, we record all of these. You will find it on YouTube after we're done. And then anybody that registered also gets the recording emailed to them after it's over. In case you have to jump off or if you couldn't make it for some reason, everybody will get a copy of the webinar. So with that in mind, it just struck 2 o'clock. So Dimitri, if you want to take it away, it's all yours.
Do I have to, Stephanie?
We can keep talking about the weather. I just don't know if it's that entertaining.
Oh gosh. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Like Stephanie said, I'm Dimitri Simos. I'm the AVP of Sales here at GTL. I've been here at GTL now for 21 years my role is in sales, and so I got to say I know a lot about GTL. Fortunately for you guys, because that's what we're talking about today. And I think we've done over the 21 years, I think we've done a pretty good job of giving you, being able to create the opportunities, to allow you to be able to do more for your clients and such. And that's really what we're talking about today, because it's really about, it's diversifying your book of business is what we're always talking about here at GTL, because we're really, really good at creating complementary products. And when we talk about complementary products, we're not the only ones in the game for sure, but I want to start kind of using the word complementary, because your clients probably understand that better than it's calling it ancillary. But complementary products, to me, there's 2 types of them. Excuse me. Wow, that snuck up on me. So the 2 types of complementary products. One type that I like to consider is more of a people-focused type of complementary product, and the other is a product-focused. Okay, and so what does that mean? So what's the difference between people focused and product focused? Well, they're going to make themselves pretty evident in a second here. For me, from a complementary perspective, product focused type of products are dependent upon other plans. Excuse me. So product focused type plans, they're dependent upon another product that will sell them, such as like accident insurance, hospital indemnity is one. Even cancer insurance to some degree is a product, is a product focused type of category. But then the people focused one, which basically a people focused one is that it doesn't matter what products people have. It's something that already have with you or without anybody else. It's something that could be offered to them automatically at with just because it's a need that they're going to have. It's a it's a situation that they need to take care of. So life insurance is a people product type process. Cancer insurance, I said that's somewhat a product, but it's also people focused, because I believe everybody should be presented with a cancer plan if it's available in their particular state. So cancer plans is something that should be presented to everybody, like life insurance should be, right? Short-term care insurance is another one that's a people product type of thing. Doesn't matter what kind of health insurance somebody has or anything. If they're on Medicare, if they're on MA, or if they're on, if they're ACA, whatever the case may be. Short-term care is another great one to be able to talk about, from just everybody's perspective. So that's kind of, it's kind of where I like to kind of start off things and just kind of give you, kind of help you frame when you can use what from that perspective. Now the reason why we want to talk complementary products is because what you see up on the screen here, it's so real. This is, you're talking about folks, our savings rate as a country is probably not that great, right? If you look at the numbers according to US News, that's the ranges of savings for folks in that age groups. And the particular group that we work with primarily is the senior market, right? So 65 and over. So a senior market person has $8,000 as a median in their savings account. I always like to want to internalize this a little bit and think about it from my perspective, because I understand that best. If I took the time to create a savings account of some sort, why did I do that? I did that because I'm saving for something, either it's a furnace, a roof, a house, vacation, car, whatever the case may be, right? Maybe it's my burial, maybe it's for my burial expenses, whatever the reason is. But the one thing I can promise you is that $8,000 isn't intended for any kind of copays or deductibles that the folks are going to end up having with a health insurance plan. It doesn't mean if it's underage or even in the senior market perspective. That $8,000 isn't earmarked for, I might buy a plan that has a $300 a day copay for 6 days. No way, right? So, so I want to kind of keep that in mind that people that you talk to are going to want to talk to you because there's financial assets there that you're trying to protect against, and that's what these complementary products are going to be very helpful in protecting for your clients. And aside from just from a savings rate perspective, there's benefits for the complementary products for you and for your clients, because let's face it, how many times have you heard that the person says, oh yeah, I'm going to save that $30 a month, so I have a nest egg built up, so if I ever need it, I could use it. That hardly ever happens, guys, right? We all know that. I mean, we've probably done it ourselves thinking we're going to do something like that, and unfortunately it doesn't come to fruition. But the whole reason, so we want to take stuff that's kind of up in the air, and we want to kind of make it more solid for people so it can be dependable enough, right? And and that's what we want to try to do as advisors overall in general, right? So that's that's our overall mission. So as we talk about complementary products, there's benefits to cross-selling, to not just talking about one thing and then I'll say see you again next year. There's a lot of positives that come out of cross-selling. I kind of tend to think of cross-selling as if we're not doing it right now, we're outside the norm. Because if you think about it as our everyday lives, you and me, doesn't matter where we go, we can go to restaurants. Let's say we go to McDonald's. Well, especially more back when we were growing up, in the 70s, 80s, they were saying, "Do you want fries with that?" Right? Probably all can remember that instance when the person would say, "Do you want fries with that?" Or, if you go to a clothing store, you go buy a dress or a suit or whatever the case may be. What's that person in the clothing store going to do? They're going to offer you, okay, do you need a belt with that? Do you need a new pair of shoes with that? Do you need a scarf with that? Do you need a tie with that? Dress shirt, whatever the case is. They're cross-selling. We're getting cross-sold every single day that we're out, we're in the markets, various markets, whatever it is that you're doing. I mean, heck, even when you go grocery shopping, you're getting cross-sold. We don't know it, or we don't think about it as cross-sold, but they know that you're coming in the grocery store, right? You're going in there to get your loaf of bread, and what do they always have by the cash registers? The little trinkets, extra stuff. Oh yeah, I should get that. Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, it's a form of cross-selling. So cross-selling is not a foreign concept or anything like that. And the reason why I bring this up like this is because if I've been doing this, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've heard a number of different excuses on why people don't do stuff. Oh, I don't want to be a pushy salesperson. I don't this and that. And I'm like, you're not being a pushy salesperson by doing our roles, being an advisor, offering the option and letting the person that you work with make that decision of a yes and no versus us saying to them, we're not going to give you the option to say yes or no. So you don't even know if you got the you don't know if you can make your situation better or not. So cross-selling is something that's part of the American fabric, in every aspect of our lives and in insurance too. It's just, and it really works out well for the clients because it's, again, taking care of some financial protection against things that that they have that money for other things, and having a plan to take care of the exposures that they're going to have with various health plans. But from your perspective too, as an advisor, cross-selling, there's a ton of benefits coming your way from your perspective. It's the more policies you have with a particular client, that's when you can actually call them a client. If you have one policy, with a person, are they really truly a client? Maybe, maybe not. More times than not, I probably would say they're not at that point. But if you get a second, a third, how many? Now they gave you 2 or 3 yeses there. Now that's a client. That's a person that you can have a conversation with and say, hey, I know every day you're getting mail and you got people asking you, take a look at this type of insurance or look at that insurance. If you find something that looks interesting to you, give me a call. We'll talk about it and see if it makes sense for you. We can definitely handle it. And you know how many people are going to do that because they're clients, because they said yes to you 2 or 3 times? Way more often than if there was just a one sale and done perspective. Because I know, again, from the way I look at it is, if I buy something from someone one time, I tend not to think about that person as being my resource for something. It's when I go back to people over and over again for services and such. That's when I would consider for my resources. So the other part of all that is, aside from getting multiple policies, and then you turn into clients and so forth, you also have opportunities for referrals much more often with those clients. And referrals, we all love referrals, right? And also think about it from a business perspective. Every one of you are independent contractors, and you got to think about the profit side of things, right? And I kind of tend to think of it as, and I don't, everyone has a different way of creating prospects and such. Some people, I know a lot of people actually use leads, and they pay X amount of dollars for the leads, and they'll get so many leads, and they'll convert maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of them. Typically, is what I hear from the advisors I speak with. So the cost of getting a lead has to be incorporated as part of the overall. So if I made 2 sales and it was for X amount of dollars, but it cost me, let's say, $500 for the lead drop to do that, I've got to take out the $500 from the sales, and that's really what I made is a difference, right? But then now, if I go back and I talk to clients about various other opportunities or problems that that they could be facing, and each additional sale that I make is going to increase the profit per client, and that's where the growth really occurs from a dollars and cents perspective. So I think that's a pretty big deal there. Those are a couple of big deals on that from this perspective. From GTL wise, we've been around for over 88 years at this point. Founded in 1936. We were founded in Chicago. Currently, we're located just outside of Chicago in a suburb called Glenview, Illinois. We're a family-run company, still to this day. The Richard S. Holson that founded the company back in 1936. His family is continuing to lead the company. Today, we have 3rd generation of leadership, we're really performing well from that perspective. AM Best, we have a rating with them of an A, which is great considering that we're a health company primarily with and a mutual. AM Best doesn't tend to like that kind of stuff, so we're very proud that we got the A rating, even in lieu of being a health company. So, very good stuff there. But one of our probably strongest features that we have here at GTL is our people that work here. We have about 300 employees. So if you think about 300 employees, that probably puts us more of a medium-sized insurer in the scheme of things. That's we kind of tend to act more like one of the big boys in town, right? We're very, very good in terms of the product offerings that we have and customer service, which is what the 300 employees really are all about. Your insureds, when they call into our office, they're going to talk to customer service probably. We have a lot of folks there in customer service that have been here for over 10 years and plus. which has some good solid tenure to be able to help your clients and get those answers taken care of for them when they need it to get taken care of for them, and and know that it's going to be done the way that they've discussed, which I think is important. From your perspective as an advisor, you may have questions about, what can this product do this, or how do what do you do with the EAP on that? Our sales supporter folks, they've got a really good tenure there where they've probably heard a vast majority of the questions that will get answered. They'll be able to provide you an answer pretty quickly, and allow you to continue on with your day and continue to be productive and get what you want done for the day. So I think aside from just having great products, I think having great people here at the home office is a big deal. Is a big deal from your client's perspective again, and from your perspective. Talking about products, oops, excuse me. There we go. We have quite a few products. Senior market wise, it's a one-stop shop. If after the webinar today, if you're not currently contracted with GTL, reach out to Stephanie's team there, and they'll definitely get you contracted, and the process doesn't take very long. It takes probably about 4 days or so, and you'll get an email from us, and then you get access to all the products. You don't have to contract for every different product. It's all part of one contract. So it's nice to know that one company has all these various options you can talk about. We're going to talk about hospital indemnity a little bit. It's a pretty hot topic these days. Cancer insurance, always a hot topic. We have precision care, cancer, heart attack, stroke, two really good plans from a critical illness cancer plan perspective. I know we've all talked over the years about long-term care, and speaking about long-term care, it's probably a rough market to be in, because it's hard to get coverage, and it's expensive. We have two short-term care options for you. We have a product called Recover Cash, which is a facility product with a home health care rider, and then we have short-term home health care, which we'll talk about as we go through here. A couple different types of life insurance products. We have a traditional term life insurance plan, which is non-med, and then we also have a graded benefit final expense product. So we have a lot of things you can offer on the senior market side for sure, and even some of these products are really good for the underage market too, for folks under 65. So we'll try to make sure I touch on that points there for you too as we go through the individual products. But hospital indemnity wise, it's the first hospital indemnity that was created for the MA market. We created this plan back in 2005, and it's been performing great, in terms of for the clients. Folks are submitting claims. They're paying their claims. They're not having to pay out of pocket, which is the whole idea. When you look at the hospital indemnity product, issue ages are from ages 40 to age 85. It's also going to have, in a lot of states, a guarantee issue window from ages 64 and a half through age 69. And that's where really a lot of folks are dealing with the MA market anyway. So that's perfect in terms of being able to get product placed with the MA. The guarantee issue on that, just to kind of be clear, have a little clarity on that, is going to it's going to take care of all the riders that are available on our hospital indemnity plan, with the exception of our cancer rider. That you always have to answer 3 health questions that are associated with a cancer question, but that's never a guaranteed issue. But everything else of the hospital indemnity plan would be guarantee issue. And when I think about hospital indemnity, what I like about it is that it's an issue age product. So that means that the price that that the client gets today will stay the same for many, many, many years to come. Over 20, we're at 20 years experience with this product, and it's have never done a rate increase or a benefit decrease in the time that we've had this product on the market, and don't anticipate ever, seeing anything like that even the next 20 years. So it's one of those things that I think makes a lot of sense for clients in particular. Again, go back to what I said earlier about product focus, MA clients. This is a great add-on for that. When we talk about MA, in the other part of our Medicare world, which is Medicare Part A and B, we don't hesitate in talking about Medicare supplement right away. We'll talk about that easy, very done, right? But what's what's Medicare Advantage plan? It's Medicare Part C. There isn't a supplement for Medicare Part C. But if you can see a hospital indemnity plan to be this for you and for your client, a supplement to the Medicare Advantage plan, that's where the beauty is between the link between MA and hospital indemnity. And now keep in mind, do not say it's a supplement to an MA plan to your clients, because that's not compliant and that's not truly what it is. But it's just more from your perspective, just to kind of tie what you could use it for is going to be what, why I say that. But secondly, I will tell you that you want to treat it like you would a sup per se, because you want to present the option 100% of the time to your MA client. Let them say yes or no. That's not a problem, because I can promise you one thing. When you go through copays and such of an MA program with your client, the likelihood of them saying, "Oh, do you have a hospital indemnity plan that can go with that?" is slim to none. So that's why we need to be bringing up as advisors the various other options that that we're going to talk about that we have available to us, and it could make sense for your particular client. So that's where we're at with from at least the high level hospital indemnity informational perspective now. I know when we set this up with Stephanie, we said we're going to do get into more detailed product demonstration or webinars. So look for that in the near future to have some of the more detailed webinars come out. But this is pretty good for a high level perspective at this point.
Yeah, we'll definitely have you back to do a deep dive. I usually answer, like, we usually go over questions at the end, but I know that a question that's in the chat is about like what states things are offered in. So do you have a product map or anything like that we can send out?
I do have a product map, and I will show you actually when I'm done with the slides where a couple of things on our website that could be beneficial for you. So that you can definitely use.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Continue
Sure.
on, sir.
Okay. Cancer insurance. I'll tell you what, this is one that everybody should be presenting somebody, 40 and above. If you have clients in that range, 40 to 85, 90 years old, well, that's the age range of issuance. But if you got somebody from 40 to 60, 70 years old, we should be talking cancer insurance, to all those people. I mean, we all probably know somebody that's been diagnosed or treated for cancer. We've all heard the stories, I'm sure, and the stories aren't made up. They're the real stories. There's a lot of indirect costs associated with the treatment of cancer that insurance doesn't cover, and that's why cancer insurance is real important. We have two types of lump sum of cancer plans that are lump sums. The lump sum variety, which means that if you get diagnosed with cancer, you'll get X amount of dollars, or if you get a heart attack or stroke, you'll get X amount of dollars. So it's a fixed benefit amount there, so that's what it's nice. It's pretty nice from that perspective. But our cancer, heart attack, stroke, I like that for different reasons. And I like the precision care for other reasons. There's no one's not better than the other, or they're just different. The cancer plan, the thing I like about the cancer, heart attack, stroke is that it allows you to add a recurrence option on it, which means that if your client gets diagnosed with cancer, they get paid a benefit, and then they go into remission. Then, if they were in remission for 5 years or longer, the benefit restored to the full amount. So if they got a second cancer again, the same or different cancer, they would get paid a benefit again. Or if the cancer came back less than 5 years, there's a percentage amount that would be payable to the insured. And I can tell you from personal experience that the likelihood of getting diagnosed with cancer a second time after you had your first cancer is really high. So it's not like 5% chance of getting diagnosed again when you're talking to your oncologist. They usually tell you the likelihood of getting diagnosed of recurrence of cancer, of the one that you're dealing with, is going to probably, somewhere typically 35 to 55% chance of something coming back. So recurrence would be an important, I think, important piece of this. The precision care product is a great product in its own right. It's a lump sum cancer plan, pays out similar to the cancer, heart attack, stroke one does, but the difference there is going to be is that part of the base benefit it will have a genomic sequencing benefit built into the base. So what does that mean? That means the client gets diagnosed with cancer, they get paid a benefit. Now the genomic sequencing aspect of it can kick in. And what that's going to do for the client is that it's going to give another set of eyes that are very highly educated in, in the cancer space, to help talk with their current oncologist to maybe potentially come up with an alternative or confirm what the oncologist is saying too. It's not trying to be adversarial whatsoever. It's more of a situation of, the genomic sequencing folks at TGen, they would get a sample of the biopsy that was taken, and they would sequence it, and then when you sequence it, you take a look at the molecular level of a particular cancer, and each cancer will have its own fingerprint. So if they've seen a type of cancer that has similar fingerprints to the one that they're examining, and they've seen success with this particular treatment, they can make that suggestion to the oncologist based on the information that they've seen that they may want to try to go down this path. That's basically what genomic sequencing can do. And it's, I can tell you, I used it. It was, for me, it was aside from getting confirmation that the path I was taking was the right path, but also gave me, as an insured now, as a patient, it gave me peace of mind. One less thing to stress about. Is this going to work? Is this not going to work? And so forth. That's huge. When we're, anytime you're dealing with something, that extra stress is not needed. That's for sure. So, this is something definitely, again, any of these two products, if you're talking cancer with folks, any of these two products you're talking cancer with, it should be a conversation. At least around somewhere age 40 and above, that, because most people at that point, again, know somebody or have heard of somebody been diagnosed with cancer. So I think it's important from that perspective. The other the other set of products that I'd like to talk about is short-term care. I mentioned LTC is tough, long-term care. Not many carriers out there are offering it today too, so that makes so that kind of tells you a little bit what's going on from when I first started in the business in 1995. I think we had plenty of LTC carriers out there. Now today, it's a little different story. Again, it's hard to get long-term care and it's expensive. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that short-term care is a replacement for long-term care. It's not. It's an alternative. If you're doing long-term care and the client doesn't qualify for some reason, maybe short-term care is your next option. Or maybe just in general, people already know from a money perspective, they're not going to be able to qualify, be able to afford long-term care. Maybe short-term care will be a better option because it's going to be a more affordable option, a little easier underwriting. The Recover Cash product is a nursing home product that covers 3 levels of care: intermediate, custodial, and skilled care. It goes up to $300 per day of benefit. You can get up to 360-day of benefit period. And you could also add a home health care rider on there too. Now I know in Connecticut, for example, there'll be a little bit beefier of a Recover Cash product because Connecticut has a different setup. So if you're in Connecticut by chance, just know that it's going to look a little bit more beefier than what I just mentioned here. But I'm more talking generic right now. Short-term home health care. I'll tell you, hopefully I gave you enough of a teaser about the hospital indemnity that you might want to start looking at it as being the supplement to the MA plan. So then once you get that part of the package complete with your client, I always tell people, especially if they're on an MA plan, the next conversation you might want to have with them is about short-term home health care, because MA plans don't cover anything on home health care side. And that's, again, it's gonna be out-of-pocket expense if they want to get treatments at home, because who doesn't? If I were to ask everyone on the call today, do you want to do your treatment in a nursing home, or do you want to get a treatment at home? I bet you 100% of you are going to say at home, because that's obviously more comfortable. But there's going to be expenses associated with that if you happen to be on an MA. So they can take care of the expenses of the short-term home health care treatments for very reasonable premium there. I mean, we're talking, it's a very interesting product. We definitely have to get into more of a deep dive on it so you can kind of see it best. But it's a very, 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 very affordable premium. And there's a couple of components when it comes to short-term care. I know it's not available in Connecticut, so if you're in Connecticut and you're wondering, we don't have it in Connecticut, but the home health care and the recover cash will offset that for you. But the short-term home health care will have a component where you can get up to 360 days of benefit period days, for certain for 3 plan options, and they can get up to $150 on Plan A, $300 on Plan B, $450 on Plan C. If and then there's home health care aid, and then there's a prescription drug benefit where they would be able to receive $10 for each generic script that's filled on a monthly basis, and $25 for each preferred brand name that's filled on a monthly basis. Even if they've been taking scripts for years before they even got this product, that would qualify for the prescription drug benefit. So when you offset the cost of the prescription drug and the premium of the product, it makes the plan very affordable to pay for a home health care benefit. Net cost could be anywhere in the neighborhood of $6 if they're 65 years old, $6 or so a month. So it's an attained age product, so it's grouped by age bands. So it will go up every 5 years, but it's still, again, when you're getting prescription drugs, benefits out of it, it's net costs. It really still keeps a very affordable product for your clients to be able to utilize and get benefits from. That it's also restorable. So really nice option there for your clients to have a conversation with them. Life insurance wise, turbo term. This is really for your 20 to 60-year-old group. So if you have clients in that age band, they're looking for a non-med, fully underwritten, traditional term life insurance with an instant decision, turbo term could be your option. It's got 10, 15, 20, 25, 30-year term, goes up to $1 million of coverage, and it's fully underwritten. So as you go through the application, it's pulling data through the internet with AI, and it scores the answers and such of the information that's gathered by for the client. And at the end, 70% of the time, we can get you an instant decision of that the rate you applied for, or maybe a lesser rate, or even potentially even a decline, depending on all the information that the clients actually shared with you. Because believe it or not, the internet has a lot of information on us. Well, not the internet itself, but the information that we gather through databases, various industry databases and such. It has a lot of information on us. So so we definitely learn sometimes more than what gets told to us. So just whenever you talk to your clients, please let them know, don't hide anything. We typically will find it all out. So, but it's definitely a good option, to be able to talk to your clients about, life insurance on a term basis. For your senior clients that are looking for some final expense protection, but have some health issues and can't qualify for your day one coverage of day one full face amount final expense, our Heritage plan could be a good alternative for that. Our issue ages are from ages 40 to 90. It goes up to $20,000. 6 questions are asked. If they answer no to the questions, policies are issued. So, and there's also a funeral concierge service with that also. So that's a high level on the product side of things there. There's a lot of product for sure, but in today's day and age, it's over 90% of the applications coming in are going to be via e-app. I think we have great platforms on that. We have 2 platforms. We have a mobile app that you can download onto your Apple or Android device and take applications right on the mobile app and have them sign on your device and then submit the business right away. Or if you're doing telephonic, then we can do a website version of the e-app, and then we can take a look at that and ask them to go through a voice verification call or do a pin to sign, text to pin. So what that means basically is, you can send them into their cell phone a text with a code. They read off the code to you. You input it on your side. You hit verify. It matches up, and then you finish off the application. That constitutes your signature, and then you can submit the application. So a really nice platform, real easy to work. So I really definitely encourage you, to play with that for sure. Why GTL? We've got the experience, quite frankly. We've been doing this for a long time. A lot of the things that we've done in terms of creating riders or creating benefits for plans and such are because because we've been in the market and experiences that we've seen and had, kind of led us down, to create different benefits for various products, so that people can get paid a benefit for having that situation happen. So as you look at our products, they're very unique. A lot of the benefits that are offered, such as the T-Gen, for example, that T-Gen with a general sequencing, or T-Care. T-Care I didn't talk about much, but it's a caregiver benefit on our short-term home health care benefit or home health care rider. It's a caregiver benefit that all the short-term care plans don't have. It's something that's it's a unique feature for our plans. Or we do the funeral concierge with our final expense programs. So we've always been known as the company that does product innovation. I mean, even before I started GTL, I mean, back in the mid 90s, I believe it was, I mean, GTL had a life insurance plan, for folks that were diagnosed with HIV/AIDS, that they would offer insurance to them. Again, they were being innovative even back in the 90s. So we've been just trying to continue that tradition all these years later. Now, and also from another reason, why else would you want to take a look at our overall portfolio? Obviously, I mentioned earlier the home office staff, great staff. Compensation. Obviously, we don't do that. We don't do this for charity. We like to get paid. The first year comp is really good, and with renewal stream. So this way, as you're growing your business, everything just kind of grows also kind of magically. It's kind of a neat thing that we have here in the insurance business, the ability to have residual income. That's a very sought after income stream for sure. We also have some great marketing materials that you definitely have access to, and I'll show you that in a moment here. This is my corny little line, I guess, is that why do you want to diversify your business? Because it's good for your client, it's good for you, but more importantly, it's good for your client. That's why we want to diversify our business. But before I switch off the PowerPoint side and I show you something on our e-app, I'm going to ask you guys a question. Do you guys own your own complementary product? If so, great. But let's say more particular, I'll be more specific. Do each of you, if it's available in your state, own a cancer plan on yourselves and your friends, loved ones, and so forth? If you do, that's great, because now you understand the power that it is to say when you're talking to somebody, hey, who do you have your cancer plan with? And they say, I don't know, I don't have one. Should I? Well, yes, Mr. Jones. I hear this is a cancer plan that I have. This is a cancer plan that I have. It's a lump sum cancer plan, and this is why I got it. Listen, I'd like to talk to you about it with you. So the power of having that is so immense. If you don't have one, please take a look at. Please look at it. Look at one for yourself. I mean, it could do nothing but help you at the end of the day, business-wise and individual and personally. And God forbid if something were to happen. I obviously don't want anybody to go through that stuff. And you also do get commission on yourself too. So if that's gonna be your first sale with GTL, is you're selling yourself, great. Not a problem. That'd be a great first sale for sure. So let's take a look real quick. I want to kind of point out a couple things for you because I think it's important. This is our main website, gtlic.com. So you don't have to do anything to log in to see any of this right here. So the question that you had earlier regarding where product available, see how I'm hovering over here, it says agents. You click on state approvals, screen will change. You can download a table if you like, and you want to do, you want to look across on an basically Excel file there, or you can click on a particular state. If you have clients, you have clients in Tennessee, then pull up Tennessee and you can see exactly what's available for them in Tennessee. Or if you got folks in PA, take a look at PA. Or if you got folks up in Maine, as you can tell, as long as we know our states. This is Montana. I learned that finally. I'm finally getting good at that. I always get confused between Montana and Wyoming, but so all these various states will show you exactly what's available. And also when you get into the quoting of the products, when you input the state, it'll only give you what's available for that state at that age. So it's another nice way from a smart perspective to do this. And then to log in, if you want to do a telephonic sale, or if you just want to look around and get back office look at the back office stuff, you go to agent login. If this is your first time using our e-app and you just got contracted with us and you got the email from us with your writing code number, you just come right here to new user, follow the prompts there, create your username and password, and then right away you can come right in here and input your username and password that you created. It helps if I type my password correctly. There we go. All right, so this is what you would look at. This is what you would get as your first screen. So you can code and submit right here. You know, that's pretty, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I'll let you guys play around with that, but you can play around, even go through an application if you'd like. Just once you get to the last page where it says submit, do not submit it unless you really want to get the policy, you know, because it is a live app here once you're in your system. You can play around with it, but just as long as you go as far as submit page, don't submit it, you're fine. We have this thing called here the fill the gaps tool, and what this does here is it helps determine, helps you identify what the MAs are available in a particular zip code. So here in Glenview, Illinois, if I were to put in 60025, which is our zip code, it's going to retrieve information on what carriers are available in the zip code for MA. So let's say I did Humana, and then I did whatever plan in Humana. It'll show me what the daily benefit, what the copays are from a hospitalization perspective is, ambulance, skilled nursing, and even the outpatient rehab, that's part of the story. Then I'll show you here how you can match up hospital indemnity with it. It's a good source of information for you for sure.
Yeah, that's a great tool. That's really very helpful.
And the last piece not the last piece, but the next piece that I'm going to really show you real quick here is collateral. This is the big part here, guys, because in cross-selling, you may already have a significant book on DMA side, for example. Now, how do you get back out to them, or at least how do you start the conversation? Well, if you go into consumer marketing and you look to see which hospital indemnity plan you have available in your state, let's say you've got just the Advantage Plus Elite. If you scroll down to the bottom here, they've got the product video. This product video, which is a QR code on all of our brochure covers, so the clients can even use their smartphones if you're face-to-face, and they can watch a video while you're doing the application and such. But you can take this video here, you can highlight the link here, copy and paste it into a email as a link. Or if you have social media for your business, you can put it on social media and so say, call me to talk more about it. So this product here, the hospital indemnity has a video like that. The cancer, heart attack, stroke has a video. The Indemnity Plus Elite in Florida. So if you're doing hospital indemnity in Florida, this is the one that you want to look at for Florida there. Precision Care Lump Sum Cancer also has its own video. Recover Cash has a video. And then Short-Term Home Health Care has a video. Take a look at them. They're really, really good videos. I would highly encourage you to utilize them as part of your presentation of what you're going to talk to your clients about. They're usually around 2.5 minutes long, and it's just gives a really good high level explanation. So this way you can kind of get into the what your recommendations would be for your particular client. So that's one. And then also whenever you're playing around in our e-apps, you'll see that there's these hamburger symbols. Utilize this to navigate around. Do not go to this back button. Back button is bad. But you definitely want to use this right here. You got the videos here. If you want to look at some just basic product trainings on the various products, they're pre-recorded out here on the website for you to watch whenever you like. And then you have then you can also order supplies, download a form that you'd like. So I'll kind of show you real quickly what that looks like. So if I did something here in Alabama and I wanted to do Advantage Plus Elite, oops, wrong one I did. There it is. All right, so then I can say here, okay, I want to supply 15 of these, update cart. I want a supply of, we also have hospital indemnity and Spanish brochures. So if you if you happen to have working in a Hispanic market, you can definitely utilize the brochures for that. Update cart, and then up here it's just going to give you a tally of the total volume of pieces that you ordered. Then you click on my cart, confirm that's what you wanted. Continue. It'll pull up your information from when you sent in the contracting, your business, your address that will mail things to, and then hit submit order, and then within 3 to 4 days, you should get a supply box sent to your home office there. So there's a lot of things. You have a lot of good options here, guys. For that you guys can definitely use. But if there is ever any questions that you would have, please feel free to contact our sales support at 800-323-6907, or you can even text them at that same number, and they'll respond to you via text. Any questions you would have. If you ever need to chat with me, my direct office number is 847-904-5454. But always, if you're not currently contracted with us, definitely reach out to Stephanie's group, and I'm sure she's jumping on here in a second to tell you, make sure how to reach them. But jump on to Stephanie and at Crowe and Associates there, and they'll definitely get you situated and get you contracted and ready to go, and be any support that you would need from them too. So we're all here to help you, basically. So I appreciate the time. I know I probably went over the time that we were talking,
fine. You're fine. It's great information. We appreciate you taking your time out to come and share this with us. And I know that we would like to pick a few products and do a deep dive, in our series of webinars. Are you going to be able to send me over this slide deck so we can include it when we send out the video to everyone?
Yeah, I could send it to you as a PDF.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. Couple of questions in the chat. Just want to go over quick to get some people their answers. Do you do, well, obviously you do individual products. Do you do group products too?
We don't do specific group products. You can utilize our individual products on a list bill basis with a minimum of 4 lives or more.
Okay. And then the next one, I'm guessing it's asking if you have an accident policy in Connecticut.
That's a very good question. I don't know offhand, but you know where I can find the answer?
I thought that state map was pretty handy too. That was nice.
Yeah,
I did love your fill in the gaps tool. That's an awesome tool to be able to use to get suggestions from you guys on what would help, build out their clients' coverage.
Yeah, we don't have an accident plan in Connecticut.
Question about hospital indemnity. Do you guys issue based on actual age or nearest?
Actual
age. Okay. And then a question about cancer. If someone had cancer and they were clear for years, would they be eligible to have a plan, or would they get declined?
Absolutely eligible. Our question is a 5-year look back. So if they've been in remission for over 5 years, and then they could answer the questions no, they can definitely get coverage.
5 years. Okay,
with recurrence too. With recurrence, so if they, so if you do the cancer, heart attack, stroke version.
Okay, cool. That was really it for the questions. I think you did a great job for us today. We really appreciate it. There's a lot of benefit to checking out these plans and absolutely diversifying the things that we have to offer. Most of us are Medicare agents, and with how crazy things have been in Medicare in the last year, plans being suppressed, commissions being withheld, like all the good stuff that's been going on. It's a good idea to round out the things that you can offer to your clients to make sure that all your eggs aren't in one basket. So I think GTL definitely can fit that need for a lot of us. If you guys
also, if you don't mind, if I can throw something in right there since you're talking about it, we also pay commissions as you write them. So you don't have to, especially during AEP, let's say, for example, you have to wait till January, February to get paid. So if you're writing hospital indemnity with your MA, you're getting commission checks that, each week, because we do once a week payouts and pay commission. So you keep cash flow going all year long, steady Eddie with these type of programs.
Yeah, and that's really important. Thank you for mentioning that. If you guys on the webinar are not contracted with GTL, you definitely should be. Reach out to myself, reach out to Teal and Lisa. I'm going to I'm going to go ahead and take back over, okay?
Oh yeah, please do. Yeah.
If you're not contracted currently with GTL, please, give us a call and we'll get that done for you. Like he said, it only takes a few days. And then you can get out there and take a look at your products and start offering them to your clients. As we always tell you guys, most of you are probably already aware because I see that quite a few of you come to our webinars every week. We do the $500 a month for the LEAD program for Medicare. Okay, so we will reimburse you up to $500 a month for buying leads, sponsoring events, whatever it might look like. We also have our T65 seminar program, which is going to help you get those eligible people turning 65 it's your educational presentation before they hit 65 so you can get in there and make that sale. The important thing about the seminar program is that we will help cover the cost, half of the cost of your vendor fee for your very first one. Okay, so it's definitely going to give you a boost in the right direction. If you want to know more about those programs, or if you're already with us and you're not taking advantage, you're leaving money on the table that can help you grow your business. So reach out to me, reach out to Lisa, reach out to the office. Please give us a call and we'll help you in any way that we can. Again, if you guys want to get contracted with GTL, or if you have more questions, we're absolutely happy to help with that. We'll send out an email with the recording as well as Dimitri's presentation. And then you guys can take a look at that on your own time if you want to dig through it a little bit. I am not seeing any other questions in the question box, so I think that we're good to go there. Yep, nope, nothing else left in there. So thank you guys all for attending. We're going to give you back 10 minutes in your day. Dimitri, I can't thank you enough for coming on with us, and we'll be in touch about doing a deep dive on some products in the future.
Thank you
again. Yeah, thank you again for your time, everyone. Thank you for yours, and I hope everybody has a fantastic afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.